Hello, hello, witches. This is my first live YouTube stream. First one. And you guys were invited. And I'm so honored that you guys are here to share in this space with me as I move my stuff over. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Cynthia. And in the witch community, I am known as Aurora Moon. So moving forward, I will be doing all my live videos here, all my spells and rituals that I usually do on Facebook are going to be moved here, including this Thursday's Show Me the Money spell that I'm going to be doing. Now, for those who do know me, thank you very much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. This is the only way that I can get my stuff out there for you guys for free, without worrying about Facebook's regulations and hi Tara Lynn, hey, hi, see you. See, this is gonna work. This is gonna work so much better than what it was on Facebook, because I can actually see the interactions with you guys quicker than what I could when I was trying to do it through Facebook. And now you guys don't have to worry about the rules and regulations the same way as Facebook. If you're banned on Facebook, you can still watch this. You can still participate, right? Timothy, if you're watching, I'm speaking to you. But guys, if you are joining me for the first time, I am, let me see, how can I describe myself without sounding over the top? First off, I'm a witch. I've been a practicing witch for, I'm going to say, probably 30 years now. But I've been doing it solitary for those years. It has been the past couple of years that I actually felt comfortable enough to actually come out with it more open, and sharing what I do, because my purpose is actually to teach. I'm a Reiki master. I am a tarot master. I am a paranormal investigator. I'm a medium. I'm a psychic. But those things are not things that I like to use to describe myself. I'm just very intuitive, and that I like to share what I know through teaching, through my spells, my rituals, through my Facebook. Um, and this I find is going to be an easier way to do it, so that those people who are dedicated to coming and seeing me every week or every time that I go to do this, this is going to give you guys an option to interact with me as I go, as well as being able to share it. I can't share my stuff on Facebook being in a private group. And I did that in the beginning because a lot of people are very leery on getting, especially family members, knowing that they're practicing witch or what they're into. And I get it, right? But I can't help people if I can't get myself out there. So the purpose of me moving over here is so that I can share my experiences, share what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and at least help be a guide for you to go out on your witchy adventures and figure your stuff out. Because there's no right and there's no wrong to this. Okay, it is what is practice for you. But I find that there's always questions. People always have questions, and this is a good way of being able to do this stuff and do it for free, while you guys can still interact with me and ask those questions as I go. Because how are you supposed to learn if I can't see or know what you guys want to learn and know as I'm teaching, right? So hello, Jennifer. Hi, Tara Lynn. I see LaDonna Washington. Hello. Thank you guys for showing up. This is, like I said, this is my first YouTube. It's not my first video that I've done live, but this is my first YouTube video. So I'm just trying to move into my space. There's things coming that Will be changing my space as I go, right? But for right now, I'm downstairs in the basement, crossing my fingers that the internet connection is good, right? Because you know how that can work in the basement, right? But all my witchy stuff is actually down here. I have my I actually have a portable altar that I used to have upstairs, and I brought it down here because this is where I will be doing all my spell work. And I love that you guys are going to be able to join me in this spell work live with me. So as we're going, we'll be able to interact as I'm showing you what to do. And then you guys, if you have questions while we're doing that, can relay those questions back to me. Thanks, Terry Lynn. I just cut my hair too. I like it better. I do. I like it better. And I colored it. I had a couple of grays coming in, first time ever, which is so weird. And I'm not worried about the grays. Honestly, I'm not worried about the grays, right? But I used to be a hairdresser, and my shoulder actually, it's funny because I always wanted to be a hairdresser. That's all I ever wanted to be, and I became one. But my career took me out as well because unfortunately, I ended up getting two tears in my rotator cuff. I've got a herniated disc in my neck. I've got lower lumbar issues with my lower back. And that's actually because I had to retire from my hairdressing career, is what led me to my spiritual career, because I was looking to heal myself. I wasn't understanding why my body was going through changes the way that it was, but I was working my ass off and I wasn't taking enough time for me. I was taking care of everybody else, everything else, but I wasn't taking care of me. And that's what landed me into the spot. But at the same time, because ironically, my hairdressing career is what I wanted, and it's actually what took me out. Bringing me to my spiritual based career was something that I had always explored since I was a child to begin with. I had always been very intuitive. I will get to some of my really weird, crazy stories later on. I'm not going to inundate you with all that crazy stuff right now, but that spiritual stuff is what led me to where I am now, without even realizing that that was going to end up being part of my career, because that was in the background at the time. Even though it was what was driving me to my hairdressing, it's what was giving me the ambition to go after the stuff that I wanted to do, is actually what took me out to get into another career that was in the background waiting for me. So weird. That's how things work, right? So as I'm here on my page, and it's funny because I was scared shitless. I was scared shitless. Hey, Manny, nice to see you, hon. I had such a problem with getting myself out there because I have stage fright, and I was scared to death to do my lives. I was scared to, and some of you guys already know this because I've talked about this on my Facebook page, right? I've been scared to death to get myself out there, but spirit is driving me to do those things anyways. And it's really weird. So when I sat in meditation the other night, and actually before I actually did my whole YouTube thing, okay, I was asking what was my next step. Spirit, what's my next step? And the only way, and you're always going to get an answer. Here's the thing, okay? You will always get your answer. The problem that you will have is silencing your mind enough to hear it and trusting yourself enough to know it, and then trusting yourself enough to move forward with it. That is a lot of stuff that we are resistant on. Okay, so this page that I've created is not only a way for you and I to interact with each other as I'm doing my spells, because if you guys have ever wanted to be part of a coven, this is going to be it. This is my online coven in my crazy worlds. I've always wanted to be somewhat part of a coven, but it has to be right. It had to be right for me. I couldn't just go into anything, and it had to be surrounding the right people. That I asked Spirit, what was I supposed to, what am I supposed to do to get myself out there? If I'm so scared to death of being in front of a camera, what am I going to do to get myself out there? Because I've got such a voice that needs to be heard. I've got such a spiritual connection that I have a drive. Like I love to talk about this stuff. I could go hours talking about this stuff. Aliens, ghosts, outer space stuff, anything. I'm an Aquarius with a lot of air signs in me. Believe me, I can talk about this stuff for hours. But there was also that part that felt lonely, because where are you going to find those people that really connect with you? So Spirit said, you know what? We're in this COVID. Why not start now? And I'm like, how am I going to do that? How am I going to start developing this group of people, of like-minded people that support each other and cheer each other on when we're doing stuff, right? How am I going to do that? Well, I had to start somewhere. And part of my start was through my Facebook page. And it started off with just me and a couple of friends, and those couple of friends that did say that we were going to support me have since left my group. And why did they leave my group? Because I was growing and they weren't. And they didn't know how to handle that. What I'm here to tell you is grow it anyways. Do it anyways. There are going to be people that are so uncomfortable in your energy that they will try to make you feel like you're this big because you have such wild, crazy dreams of what you want to do. Okay? Do it anyways. You need the support? Reach out to me. I'm there to support. I'm not there to do the work for you. Please don't misunderstand my words. I'm not there to do the work for you, but I am going to be your cheering squad. I will root for you. I will do the woot woot for you to get yourself going. Okay? But you've got to do that. You've got to be the one that gets yourself going, because nobody knows your dreams, nobody knows your goals, nobody knows your aspirations except you. So, how is anybody going to help you grow what you want if you're not going to start growing it yourself? You gotta have a vision. That's where I started my Facebook page. Guys, honestly, it was there just to push myself out of the comfort zone for myself, get myself out there, because eventually I was planning on being here. I was just scared to death to do it. I had no idea how to do it. I've taught myself, I've researched, I've connected with other like minded souls, I have shared my difficulties. I will never say that I've got everything figured out. Never will I ever say that I've got things figured out. I've got myself figured out enough for right now until I need to make the next step. And then they're going to push me. When I say they, I mean my spirit guides. They're going to push me and say, no, 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 you're too comfy here. I'm going to push you a little bit further. Okay. So I am here to show you as an example that you can do it. I'm here to show you that, yes, it's scary, but you've got somebody else doing it with you, along with you. Okay. If you have a question, I'm always here to help it answer. But there is only a few things that I do charge for. Okay. I do not charge for my rituals and my spell work when I'm putting it out there. I'm not going to do the work for you. You want to watch my spells and write everything out, you go right ahead. But I'm not going to write it out and send it to you, because I've already done the work. You want to follow along and do this stuff with me, that is just absolutely fine. I want you to. I will always put my stuff on my now. Just so you know, moving forward, I've already said that I'm going to do all my stuff here, but I will be posting all my stuff in my Facebook page to let you know what ingredients and stuff. So my money spell that I'm doing on the 11th, coming up this Thursday, 7 p.m. Okay. I will be posting it in my Facebook group. If you're not part of my Facebook group, I believe I have a link in my about here on my page. Again, I'm still learning, okay, but I have a link on my YouTube here that will take you straight to my website and to my Facebook page. So I will always write down the events in my Facebook page for here, as well as writing it in here. So if you're not in my Facebook page and you don't want to be a part of Facebook, that's fine. I will be posting my live streams here and you guys can join me there. But I will have all my ingredients for the class or for the ritual or for the spell work that I'm doing online in my Facebook page first, okay? Then you guys can come over here and stream it or see it streamed or whatever, right? Which I will be doing that for Thursday. Yes, okay. And as I keep on going, you're going to see some changes as you see my signs in the back. Gorilla tape works amazing. I couldn't get anything to hold my sign up. I'm still waiting for my backdrops to come in and stuff like that. So for right now, I got my sign taped up there for the time being. But you know what? It's amazing. It works. Just telling you that right now. So you will see some changes coming up. For those that don't know me, yeah, you know what? I ramble. Sometimes I ramble. But I always have a point to my rambling. I'll think of something, and it's usually spirit coming in to remind me of something, and then I'll start talking about it, and then I'll bring up something else. That's usually how it works for me. But I just wanted to let you know that I am so extremely grateful that you guys are here with me as I venture out into a new space, as I venture out into a space that I can invite you guys into to do this spell, that I can see the comments right away. I don't have to go looking for it later and have my phone here and this over here and this over here. Hey Brian, how are you? I'm doing okay. Just letting you know, I'm hanging in there. And for those moving forward, like I said, I'm going to be doing stuff here and there as I go. It's not going to be just spells and rituals. I'm probably going to bring in my card readings and stuff like that. I will probably have guests like my good friend Brian, who is on here right now as well, who is a witch as well. We've done some stuff in the past, so I know that we will do some stuff in the future together. Um, and this is also going to be a way of, now I don't know how the whole music thing works, because if you guys were there for my last ritual that I did with the Katy Perry song, they banned it. They banned it from 249 locations. And they didn't even give me an option of fighting it. That's the thing. Why? Because I pulled that shit before. I did. I have. I like to use music in my rituals. I do, because they're so fun, and you can words. You got to remember, words can be spells. That's why they say, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you say to yourself, because those words can turn into your own magical spell formula. And if you're constantly putting yourself down, guess what you're doing? You're putting bad juju on yourself, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? So find empowering songs. Find songs that mean something to you, that feel good if you sing, like, get out loud as you can. It could be a rock song, it can be a metal song. I love rock, just so you guys know. I'm freaking a huge metalhead. You might not see it. I am. I'm a huge metalhead. I love it. And I use that music to empower myself as I'm doing my spells. And you'll be amazed on how quickly you will manifest. Now, today, let's talk about today for a moment, so I don't get off track, okay? Today is the 8-8 portal. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the Lion's Gate portal. And you'll hear plenty of people, a lot of spiritualists talking about it. Your Lion's Gate portal is what... Now, the best way for me to explain the Lion's Gate portal is if I actually read it from a page, right? And I mean, you guys can do that yourself. Um, but it's a day of manifesting. To put it in simplest terms, it's when Sirius aligns with certain plans. And I'm not an astrologer. I read up on it. I have a knowledge of it. Okay. But I'm not an astrologer. I don't claim to be one. Okay. I'm an energy worker. I feel energy. I work with energy. And even though what's going on in the stars and the alignments and stuff like that, I don't need to know what's going on there to feel what's going on. Okay. So the 8-8 portal I've been feeling for the past little while, it is about manifesting. And guys, because we did our which spell did we do? It was an empowerment spell, right? Stepping is oh, I can't even remember what I called it last. Um you guys can remind me. But anyways, the spell that we did last week was my lion one. And it was, and we did it to the song Katy Perry's Roar, right? That when I took you through a stage, right? I took you through the line coming up behind and giving us our voice to speak. Okay. Take that energy from last week to what's going on this week now. Okay. With this energy that's coming in on for the full moon in Aquarius. Okay. Remember, Aquarius is innovative. They're out there thinkers. Bring in that awesome fire Leo energy, okay, and use it in your spell work. Use it, and that's why I created the money spell. Okay, now I will be posting it on my Facebook page today. Um, the ingredients or the supplies that you will need for my empowerment or for my money spell on Thursday. Okay, it's called Show Me the Money. Okay. And this is a spell that I have written myself. It was from start to finish. Everything is me. Sometimes I take little bits and pieces from other people and put it together. This one is strictly mine. Okay. And it worked within the first 15 minutes that I did it. Okay. No word of a lie. Do it as often as you want. But this one, when you start incorporating your spells with other people that have the same intention with that energy. So to bring in money, for instance, it empowers you even more because it collectively brings in that energy. So we want to change our finances. There's so many people right now that is struggling for finances. And why is that? Because we're kind of moving out of a 3D reality into a 5D, and nobody knows how to deal with the 5D reality because we're still in the 3D. It's not easy to do a 5D career in a 3D world. So there has to be a transition. So that's why there's an uneasiness right now. So you might be feeling a little nauseous, um, tightness in your chest and your stomach. It's mostly in the stomach area that you'll be feeling this because it's an empowerment. Okay, it's having that fear. So you want to work with your heart chakra as well as your solar plexus. If you could only pick two to work with, pick those two right now. Okay, as well as you need to always make sure that the rest of you is balanced. But if you're solely specifically picking two that you need to work with right now, work with your heart and your solar plex because that's the energy that we're working from right now. And when we bring that out and we bring that in collectively, we then bring in that magic and that power. And it's felt. That's why if you ever do any spiritual work, why you will get hot. Like if you're ever doing your meditation and you're thinking and you're working with that energy, and all of a sudden it starts getting hot and you feel like you're sweating like it's 40 degrees outside, like what we've been dealing with lately. That's why. It's because you're using your energy to create. Keep going. That's your manifesting going. Just because you're not seeing it right away doesn't mean it's not happening. Let go of the resistance on how you think it's going to come in. Let go of your resistance on how you think your money or your finances should change or come in. Don't look at it as a job. Don't look at it as winning the lottery. Don't look at it as anything else but an opportunity for something to come. When you take that, when you push the resistance aside and you allow for an opportunity, then it doesn't mean it can be anything. I remember one year my husband and I were going through a really hard financial time. And I swear to God, and this is a true story, okay? We had maybe $2 in the bank account. And we just looked at each other and said, well, we've got a full tank of gas and we've got um what was it? Canada's Wonderland passes. So we decided that we were going to, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to go out and we're going to go and have a great time. And we did. But as we were driving, because we didn't have any resistance on what was sitting in our bank account, knowing full well we had a full tank of gas, we had passes, and we had enough money to get ourselves a coffee, big deal, okay? Doesn't leave us anything in their account, okay? But as we were driving, we ended up receiving a phone call. And we ended up receiving a phone call letting us know that there was money coming our way. Now, unfortunately, we had a family member that had passed away months prior to this happening. But we weren't expecting anything. And then all of a sudden we get a phone call that day telling us that there was money coming to us because of this. We both broke down into tears going, oh my God. Oh my God. We didn't worry. We went out and we went and had a good time anyways. And look at what happened. We were fine. This is what I'm trying to create for this space. I'm trying to create a space where we can share and build and create together and share in that joy. Share kind of like a coven. You're not going to backstab your coven member. You're not going to belittle your coven member. You're going to support them and you're going to lift them up and you're going to tell them, way to go. That's freaking awesome. I can't believe you did that. That's kick ass. Because that's what we're meant to be. And that's what we're meant to do. Okay. So this page is exactly what that's going to be. It is going to be my space where I can share this stuff with you guys as I'm doing it. You guys can follow along. You guys can join along with me. You guys can save the videos for later, and you guys can share the videos. Like, share, and subscribe. Get my name out there. If you have other witchy friends that are looking for guidance, looking for a start, wondering where to start off, bring them back to this page because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. There is not enough pages out there, or not enough web pages or people out there that are purposely doing this to teach so that you learn what to do, how to do it in the comfort of your own energy and your own space. I think it's an awesome idea and I think it's an awesome thought, and I'm just being guided by spirit in doing it. And I'm so glad that you guys are here with me. Thank you, Manny. I really appreciate that. Yes, and thank you, Tara Lynn. Oh, your dad pushed you to my group. Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing. Guys, you know what? I really appreciate you guys coming here today. I really, really do. It means a lot for me to share this time and energy with you guys and to be able to read your messages and to know that you are here learning and supporting as I am. And let's do that together. Okay. So for right now, I'm going to say my goodbyes. I've got other things to do, but I've been on here for about almost a half an hour. I thank you for coming into my space. I see there's a Taylor. I see Tara Lynn. I see Jennifer. I see Manny. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Brian as well. Thank you so much, guys. I know. Yeah, I was wondering that, Tara Lynn, and you know what? That's awesome. Your dad's on the other side, and he still guided you to connect with me, and hey, you know what? Tara Lynn and I are going to do something together, I think, right, Tara Lynn? And that's what we were talking about. So we're going to do that. And I have Brian, which, Brian, if you're listening, um, probably going to have Brian on here too. We'll figure something out. I don't know. But you know what? If guys have suggestions, put it down. If there's something that you'd like to see, like, of course, I'm going to be doing your protection salts and, how to do certain things. It'll give me a little bit more space. I won't be limited. You guys will be able to interact with me, like I said, automatically. You'll be able to share my content. You'll be able to save my content and find it because you can create your own save list in your YouTube as well. And when do my classes start, Manny? I am teaching. My first class starts in September, but I also, and I haven't put it out there yet, I also teach one-on-one too. So if you want to start earlier, we can start earlier too. A lot of people don't always have the time or when my classes are actually taking place. I'm finding a lot of people are saying, it's the time, it's the time. Well, you know what? How about I work with your time? If there is a time that you want to learn, then let's figure something out. Okay. I'm also going to be doing setting up. I think for my card readings and some of my classes that I might be doing on here, might just be a donation, like a donation only type idea. Because you know what? I don't. I love teaching. I do. I love teaching. I love teaching what I know. And like I said, I could be talking for hours, and that's why a one-on-one thing can always work too. If a time and date doesn't set, like it doesn't work for you, reach out to me and ask. I've always got stuff going on. I can always do one-on-one sessions. I can bring all my content to this page and learn that way. Okay. I was going to see if I could take you around and show you what's in here, but it's kind of a little bit of a mess. You can kind of see a little bit. There's my rack for my drying my herbs, and then I've got all my stuff over in here, and I've got another one over here. Yeah, I've got all that stuff going on. And I've got some stuff upstairs. Like I said, I've got over 50 tarot decks. I know, it's super insane, but I love them. Oh, and they haven't come out with it yet. They're going to come out with it. So anybody have Christmas ideas going on? Stranger Things is coming out with the tarot deck. I'm so excited. I'm on the 4th season right now, so we're almost done. So I'm excited if you guys have been watching it. Oh, LaDonna. Yes, you know what? There is, I believe, a button on the YouTube channels that can say notify me. It's like a little bell that can notify you when I go live again or let you know when I have new content. Okay. So, I mean, you guys, if you're not on Facebook or you're not on my Facebook group, I'm on there. Okay. I believe, like I said, there's a little click link in there that will take you straight to my page. Okay. And then I've also got a link to my website there. Those are the two main things. I am on Instagram, but you know what? Too many social media apps, honestly, and Facebook and YouTube seem to work the best for me. So that's why I'm moving over here. So, and it's going to give you guys an opportunity to write down the stuff that you'd like to see, that you maybe haven't seen me do in my Facebook page. And you know what? I might actually bring some of the stuff that I have done on my Facebook page and redo them on here. That way, you guys can find them a little easier here, and we can interact again as I'm doing it. It might be a thought, something that we'll have to think of. Like I said, guys, I'm open to some. It's been a minute for a live oracle reading. Yeah, see, I've got my Ooh, do I have my Oracle decks? Which Oracle decks do I have? Oh, they're all upstairs. I gotta start bringing them downstairs. I'm like looking around for my decks to see if I can pull a few cards, and I didn't even bring them downstairs with me. Bad me, bad me. Next time, okay? But see, I can even do that on here too, right? We can always do donation readings. It was something that I was thinking of. There's so many people who need readings right now. And I thought, you know what? If I do it by donation, that kind of gives you guys an opportunity to get yourself a reading, but based on what you can afford. Some people can afford more, some people can't. We are in trying times. Let's face it, we are. We're in trying times with a lot of things right now. Gas, I don't know where you guys are at. Our gas just went down to $1.66. Whoop-de-doo, because it was over $2 before. Yeah, I know it sounds like it's a good deal. No, it's not. Not when it was $1.30. Is gas prices are ridiculous, and that's everywhere. Um, Timothy from my Facebook page, you guys, some of you guys already know who Timothy is. He's from the UK, and he's been telling me, "Oh my God, it's like triple the price there. Like theirs is like $6 to what ours is. It's crazy." Oh, you're so sweet, Tara Lynn. I wish you guys all lived closer. Could you imagine how much fun we would have if we all lived closer to each other? See, I gotta win the lottery just so that I can build my own little tribe and we can all hang out there. that's that's my goal in life, guys. Win the lottery, okay, so that we can all meet at my tribe. Yes, Manny, you need to move to Canada. Move to Guelph, Ontario, so you're close by, and then we can hang out, okay? Because I know we would be great friends. And Tara Lynn, you got to move to Guelph too. Everybody move to Guelph. I want you guys all here so we can all hang out together. Isn't that selfish of me? I know it is. It's so selfish of me. But you know what? Right now, that's just my desire. I know it's a selfish thought, but you know what? I'd love if you guys were all close by because I've made so many amazing friendships through my group. And it's because of you guys. Honestly, it's because of you guys that I keep on doing these things. I was looking to teach, but I don't like to teach in the same way as everybody else teaches. I like to have fun. I like to throw in energy. That is a creative mind that I have. The hairdresser in me, right, is creative. I shouldn't say I used to be a drawer. I used to be considered a child art prodigy. I know it sounds so weird to say it now because I'm not one. And I never looked at it as that, but I was doing art since I was like a little girl, and I guess I was really good at it. At least that's what I was told. I was just really good at it. Anyways, I don't do my art the same way as I used to, but my creative mind is still there. And that's what I like to do. I like to get creative with my spells. I like to have some fun with my spells because that's how you keep your energy going. Your energy, your vibration, okay? Negativity can't meet you where you're at if you are vibing at a higher vibration than the negativity, if that made sense to you, okay? You cannot meet. So, for instance, okay, and I was going to actually talk to you about this, Tara Lynn, okay? If you are in let's say, a paranormal group, okay, you want to know how you avoid entities attaching to you? And this isn't, and I'm not saying that this is a guarantee, okay? Because you've got to use your discernment. You've got to be able to sense and your attachments, okay? But if you are always vibing at a high energy, high vibration energy field, those attachments can't. They don't like the light. Now, if you're susceptible to depression, if you're susceptible to those lower energies, it takes a lot harder and a lot longer to raise your vibration, keep that. Because remember, misery loves company. Misery loves company. So if you are constantly on a low, You can invite those energies in. Okay. But if you're done, yes, they feed off of fear. Absolutely. Okay. But if you're done, and I want you to be able to say this, especially this year. Okay. We've had so much shit going on the past 2 years. I want you to be able to say, I'm done. I'm done with saying yes to please others. I'm done with going along with what everybody else wants just because it makes them happy, but it doesn't make me happy. What's that shit? You don't do that. That's being a people pleaser. I've been that for years. Guess what? It gets you nowhere. It brings you down. It does. It's your energy sapper, if anything, because they're energy vampires. If you're constantly trying to please people, they know that. They're not going to try hard to please anybody. You're doing all the pleasing. Why are they going to try? No. Learn to say no. Learn to stand in your power and know that it's okay to say no. No, I don't want to hug that relative. Oh, you're telling my son that you want us to he needs to because that's impolite if he doesn't? No. No, it's not. We know as we were growing up that we didn't want to hug that aunt and uncle that touched us in an awkward way. We didn't want that. We didn't want to hug somebody that had bad odor or bad smelling breath. We didn't want that. Our kids, you know why kids have such a beautiful innocence? Because they have no problem speaking up and saying no, what they don't like and what they do like. Don't force them. I never force my child to hug anybody. He doesn't want to hug somebody. If he wants to, then that's his choice. I never tell him that he has to because I don't want to be told that I have to. I don't hug. If there's people that I don't want to hug, even if I know them, if their energy is off and I don't want to hug them, I won't hug them. It doesn't make a lot of friends doing that. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I'm not here to make the wrong friends. I'm here to make the right friends. And the right friends are going to understand that those are my boundaries. And if I don't want to do something like that, I'm not going to do it. It puts my vibration off if I do that. No. Keep your vibe vibing high by learning your boundaries, by learning to say yes or to say no to something that you do or don't want to do. And once you start doing that, you start empowering yourself, and it gets easier and easier as you say no, because that's not feeling good. No, I don't want to go to that place. No, I need to cancel for today. Thank you, but I need to cancel for today. Those people understand, they're going to understand, and they're not going to give you grief over it. No problem. Thanks, Tara Lynn, for the invite, but I can't this time. Thank you very much. I appreciate. You know what I mean? I'm using Tara Lynn as my example, right? But you know what I mean. You don't have to. So we are going to create this page, and I say we because I have no page without you guys. Who am I going to teach to if nobody's here? Myself. I already know this stuff. I'm here to teach what works for me and also teach you how you can modify it to work for you. It doesn't need to be my way. It needs to be your way. If you're not a morning person, you can't get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to do a meditation, that's you. If it's easier for you to do it at 11 o'clock in the morning, that's what you do. Or if you choose to do it at night because that's when the information comes in, do it then. Nobody says you have to do a morning meditation, but I'll give you a hint. Doing it in the shower is so relaxing. If you go into the shower and you're washing your hair and then you're letting that water, okay? Let that water act as if it's a waterfall. And as you're sitting there, you're going to visualize. You have the power. It's visualization. It's your intuitive self that needs to work. So work it. Don't be afraid of working it. I'm here to tell you not to be afraid to work it. Don't be afraid and trust what you're getting. If it makes sense to you, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. It makes sense to you. Okay? Your intuition isn't going to work the same way as somebody else's. I know what works for me. Yes, exactly, Brian. An astral shower cleansing. It's exactly the way that it's a perfect way of getting in your meditation and clearing your aura and clearing your yourself before you go into the real world. Did you guys see that? I'm not sure if you saw that, but something just went by me in the background. So weird. Let me know. Did you guys see it? If you did, let me know because I saw it. And I don't know what it is. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm getting shivers. Look at. Spirit. See? Spirit is connecting. Spirit's always here with us. Okay? So that just gave me confirmation. There's my confirmation, guys. Look at that those goosebumps. Woo! Something's here with me. I think that's amazing. You know what? I told you that I was going to get off like 16 minutes ago. Here I am just talking. You know what? Honestly, I wasn't sure how this morning was going to go. So I wasn't going to give myself a time limit. I wasn't going to give myself a time limit because I really didn't know how this morning was going to go. And I was nervous. I was so nervous this morning going, oh, I wonder, if anybody's even going to come out. Who am I going to talk to? It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. This is what I love doing. Terilyn, are you laughing at me? I laugh at myself all the time, guys. It's totally okay. I can ramble for hours. I can talk about all this stuff for hours. If you guys have questions, I could talk for hours. That's why I wish you guys were closer. Oh, my heart would be so full. My heart is full now. Don't get me wrong. My heart's full. I don't want you guys thinking that I'm like down or anything. I'm not down. I'm totally happy doing this and spending it with you guys and hanging out and yeah, you know. But I am so glad that you guys came out to join me. You just wrote down you're going to move to Canada. Guelph, Ontario, Manny. Brian and I are already here. Tara Lynn, you're not too far away. We can move you closer. And yes, we're going to get our tribe down in Costa Rica. Are you guys down? I'm totally down for it, okay? But I swear to God, if I ever win that kind of money, you're hearing it now, okay? Because I actually had a vision probably 2 years ago now. It hasn't happened yet. But I actually had a very vivid, like a very lucid dream of winning the lottery. And it wasn't a small amount. It was like 70 million type. Like it was a huge amount. And it was so that I could start my tribe. And I was going to pick a spot that was in an amazing, area where you had the lake and the mountain view and stuff like that. But I even remember seeing it. Well, it's still in my head. Don't know how I'm going to get there. Don't know who's all included. But you know what? I'm going to figure a way. I am. I'm going to figure a way. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I hope you guys come along with me. That's all. I hope that you guys all come along. But as I'm saying that, I should get going. It is nearing lunchtime and I should get something to eat. And I should let you guys go on with the rest of your day. since I thought this was just going to be like a quick little meet and greet and say, hi, how are you, blah, 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 and bye. And it didn't. But that's because I had something to say and I used this platform to do it. So, once again, guys, thank you very much. So much love, so much support, so much cheering, so much rooting for you guys where you are in your journey. Okay. And witches, I will see you on Thursday. I love you guys. Tara Lynn, Manny, Brian, all you guys that came out, LaDonya, thank you so much. I honestly, my heart is full of you, of all this love and support from you guys. I really, really do appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to say that every time I come on here so I can get myself out there. I can continue with my free content and we'll keep it going. Okay. Bye for now. Love you guys.